Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown, the patriarch of Sister Wives, has finally drawn a clear line in the sand after more than 10 years of negotiating the emotional complexity of several marriages, and it may surprise viewers. Kody abruptly puts an end to any rumors that he might return to polygamy in the tell-all Part 4. The solution? Definitely not. Not for the time being, but forever. I would never try plural marriage again, said Kody Brown. The questions were straight, the cameras were rolling, and the emotions were unfiltered. Fans were greeted with Kody's direct announcement that he was done as they watched the tell-all series' last episode. Totally. When asked if he would ever consider multiple marriage again, he responded, "Hell no." He went on to say, "I would never try plural marriage again," attributing his strong stance to failure. He expressed openly how badly the fallout has hurt him. He declared, "It's off the table," because the table was cleared of it. His remarks implied a sort of sadness, as well as a finality. Kody and Robyn were both broken by the emotional fallout, he said. Kody disassociates himself from his past. No looking back. Kody also has a persistent resentment that he can't seem to get rid of. During the tell-all, he made it apparent that he wanted to move on from the past, particularly his 3 ex-wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary. As he considered how they still talk about him in public even after their split, his annoyance boiled over. He expressed his annoyance at being disparaged for his loyalty to Robyn during a particularly heated exchange, claiming he was getting slapped for merely loving his current wife. In what felt like yet another chapter in the protracted, agonizing disintegration of their formerly cohesive family, he also accused his ex-partners of failing to provide for Robyn's children. Robyn's belief is shaken. "It would take God to tell me." During the event, Robyn Brown, who is frequently thought of as the group's most emotionally guarded member, also relaxed. It was revealing what she admitted. The locks are securely in place, even though she hasn't entirely closed the door on multiple marriages. She paused when asked if she would think about getting a sister wife. "I find it difficult to consider," she remarked. It appears that her heart is still stuck in the rubble. "I'm terrified of it now," she admitted. Robyn claims that she could only consider the concept if she had a guarantee that things would be different and, more significantly, if God himself approved of it. However, such assurance won't be available anytime soon. She acknowledged that even she no longer thinks such a guarantee exists and stated, "Kody is no longer up for it." Shade or symbolism. The controversy around the luggage rack. Earlier in the tell-all, spectators witnessed an unexpectedly intense exchange involving a seemingly little item, a baggage rack. A luggage rack, indeed. Robyn acknowledged taking it, which was a minor gesture with significant symbolic meaning inside the family. The luggage rack, a constant problem on family road vacations, became a symbol of selfishness to the other ladies. Fans weren't entirely convinced, despite Robyn's assertion that she had no idea it bothered anyone. Many people, according to online conversation, think she knew exactly what she was doing, and that this was simply another subtly insulting remark about the other wives. The future, no more illusions, no new wives. The ideal of a peaceful poly family, at least for Kody and Robyn, is finally over, if there is one lesson to be learned from this season's tell-all. Robyn, who was formerly the biggest supporter of the multiple lifestyle, no longer believes in its potential, and Kody has come to terms with living a monogamous life. It won't be another polygamous chapter, no matter what happens next. And that chapter is permanently closed, Kody says. On TLC, Sister Wives actress Kody Brown has generated a lot of controversy. Because of his troublesome behavior, fans have raised a number of suspicions over his true identity. However, it's completely different this time. Fans began to wonder if he was gay after his surprising recent confessions. Given that Kody was a practicing polygamist before entering into a monogamous marriage with Robyn, this is a really strange question. He was the father of 18 children and had 4 marriages at one point. Is he gay then? She began discussing Suki Krishnan's sexual preferences and college experiences during their recent one-on-one meeting. Christine, his third wife, later talked about how she was unaware of his sexual orientation and how he had betrayed her. One thing after another began to surface, and eventually Kody admitted that he had a number of options, referring to his sexual activity. He even acknowledged that he nearly had a same-sex encounter once. Sister wives. Kody Brown and a male agent had a sexual encounter. Kody's sexual orientation has been questioned previously. In the past, many began to wonder if Kody was gay after he traumatized a real estate agent, and even while they were swimming together. Some believed he was drawn to the agent sexually. Kody met that agent for the first time and began discussing his wives and problems. The realtor was clearly uncomfortable with the whole thing and showed little interest. But Kody didn't pick up on it. The scenario was extremely painful to see, according to several admirers. Does Kody Brown have a sexual orientation? Kody Brown has 18 children and is a family man. He had 4 marriages over the course of 30 years, beginning in the 1990s and ending in 2010. What exactly happened, then, that there are now a lot of rumors that he is gay? Kody and the host began talking about his previous wild behavior and sexual life in the tell-all. In reference to the norms and regulations of his church, he referred to himself as a Mormon naughty. He clarified that although he would give individuals hugs and kisses, there would be no sexual contact. The host pressed him to elaborate after being taken aback by the revelation. Kody disclosed that, due to his integrity, he chose not to pursue any of the numerous options that were available to him. But after a while, he changed his mind and declared that he would like to end the conversation regarding his sexual life out of consideration for his wife. Suki went on to say that because Kody initiated it all, it was all fun and games. Kody, on the other hand, became protective and acted as though others were interested in his affair. It's untrue that he even chastised people for making it their business. Suki left the conversation since she was perplexed by everything. She implied that they were simply enjoying themselves. Supporters were shocked and appalled by Kody's actions, saying he exaggerated a small matter. He might be gay, and it seems like he was attempting to hide something. Many even pointed out that Kody brought up the subject, but he attacked Suki as though she had started it. If we've learned anything from Sister Wives Season 19 and its tell-alls, it's that the Brown family's foundational flaws went beyond many marriages. Favoritism, misplaced priorities, and a romance that never quite followed the same rules were all part of it. The romance between Robyn Brown and Kody Brown was at the heart of the majority of the drama. In retrospect, their connection seemed a bit too passionate and more than a little out of place in the framework of plural marriage. It was seen by the other wives. It was seen by viewers. And it's now evident, thanks to some recent admissions, that the manner Kody and Robyn began their romance may have been the beginning of the end for the Browns. Janelle Brown recently talked up about her early years with Kody in a powerful tell-all moment. She has some regrets, to put it mildly. I'm not sure I would have married him, honestly, if I had a year with Kody, the mother of 6 said to the audience. I might have seen him for a little bit more of who he was, you know what I mean? The Sister Wives star told host Sukanya Krishnan. Sort of fallen off the charm ride. This was a rare instance of emotional candor for Janelle, who has always been the practical one. Additionally, it revealed a more serious problem that has plagued the family for many years. TLC viewers are aware that Kody did not devote the same amount of time, effort, or relationship investment to each wife. Janelle, however, went the high road as usual. In any case, she continued, I don't have to go back and ruin everything that was. Would I be in this wonderful place if I said, oh, I'm really sorry I did all that? Janelle thought about more than simply her own marriage. It served as a subliminal reminder that Kody wasn't always fair in his relationships. What about that imbalance? It set the stage for the animosity that ultimately caused the family to fall apart and resulted in 3 divorces. Let us discuss that courtship. Kody was running a busy family in Lehi, Utah, and was already married to 3 women when he met Robyn. But rather than taking a measured and courteous approach, he threw himself into his affair with Robyn, leaving the other members of the family in the dark. Fans observed their months-long romance during Season 1, which was full of tense phone conversations, long-distance visits, and that legendary kiss before marriage that caught the other spouses off guard. Kody spent far too much time and energy on Robyn. Janelle noted in the most recent tell-all that Kody had a very long courtship compared to the rest of us. Long-term romance is not really appropriate for a married man. The two actually courted, I think, for almost a year, she wrote. There were some particularly noteworthy moments. For example, when Janelle worked full-time to provide for the family while Christine Brown was at home coping with her pregnancy. Kody, however, was off making googly eyes and establishing a new relationship that felt more monogamous than multiple, rather than offering support. Kody wasn't merely falling for someone. He continued to expect everyone else to play happy poly-family while focusing all of his attention on a single woman. Robyn pretended not to know that she was the favorite for years. She maintained that she didn't want preferential treatment, that she loved all of the spouses, and that she wanted the family to succeed. She did, however, finally say the silent portion aloud in the most recent tell-all. Decades of conflict were suddenly justified. The luggage rack was surrounded by her confessions. Kody always appears to take it for himself when he travels. Not in Robyn's case, though. She had exclusive use of the notorious luggage rack. She said, "Maybe I put my luggage up there first, I don't know," in response to the question of why she was the first wife to be granted this privilege. It's not really that huge. However, this was a clear sign of what the first 3 wives and sister wives watchers already understood. Robyn is aware that she receives a different Kody. She receives birthday presents, Valentine's Day love, and her children's constant presence. She has also obviously profited the most from the family's disintegration, despite her constant claims to desire unity. Robyn's status as the favorite isn't the only issue. She's been the favorite while acting like she's not. Now that the other women have left and the family structure has formally fallen apart, it is hard to deny that Kody made his decision a long time ago. Sister Wives bombshell. Kody and Robyn finally admit the truth about their polygamy lifestyle. It was never what we said it was. After years of televised turmoil, passive-aggressive confessions, emotional breakdowns, and strained family meetings, Sister Wives stars Kody Brown and Robyn Brown have finally sat down and done what fans have begged for. They admitted the truth. And not just about where their relationship stands today, but about the real reason their polygamous lifestyle unraveled in front of millions. In a moment that stunned even longtime viewers, the couple confessed that the polygamy they once preached, defended, and built their family around was never what we said it was. With raw honesty and an unexpected emotional intensity, Kody and Robyn pulled back the curtain on the romanticized version of plural marriage they spent years presenting, and instead laid bare the resentment, confusion, and favoritism that ultimately destroyed everything. For over a decade, Kody Brown was the poster child for polygamy on mainstream television. With his once sprawling family, 4 wives, 18 children, and an ever-complicated dynamic, he claimed to be living proof that plural marriage could thrive in modern America. But as the seasons wore on, it became harder to ignore the cracks. Christine left. Janelle walked. Mary distanced herself into emotional exile. And all that remained was Robyn, once the youngest wife, now the only one left legally and romantically bound to Kody. For a long time, both Kody and Robyn clung to the narrative that they still believed in polygamy, that the other wives simply gave up, and that their current monogamous reality was an unintended side effect of betrayal. But in a sit-down confession aired during the latest Sister Wives one-on-one special, and quickly going viral online, the two finally broke their silence. And it's the moment that changed everything. Kody, eyes downcast, began by admitting something fans suspected for years. "I don't think I ever truly knew how to do plural marriage right. I told myself I did. I believed in the concept. But the execution? I failed." For someone who once blamed Christine for disrespect, scolded Janelle for independence, and left Mary emotionally starving, this confession was seismic. But it was Robyn who delivered the next blow. Her voice shaking, she added, "I wanted sisterhood. I wanted family. But I also wanted my own husband. And I didn't know how to hold both truths at the same time. For years, Robyn was painted as the devoted wife, the emotional anchor in a chaotic family. She cried in interviews, begged for unity, and consistently said she never wanted to be the only one.
But now?
Robyn says the truth is more complicated. A part of me felt safe knowing Kody was somewhere else half the time. But I also resented it. I hated waiting. I hated sharing. I told myself I could do it for the greater good. But looking back, I was lying to myself. Fans online were quick to call this the moment of reckoning. For over 18 seasons, the Brown family insisted their version of polygamy was rooted in love, spiritual unity, and mutual respect. But what Kody and Robyn admitted in that one scene was that the foundation was fractured from the start, and their attempts to patch it with hollow platitudes only made the collapse more inevitable. One particularly emotional segment showed Kody reflecting on his relationships with his other wives. "Christine needed more from me than I gave," he admitted. "Janelle was my equal, and I treated her like an assistant. Mary, I shut her out. And with Robyn, I gave in. I let myself be everything to one wife because it was easier. I was tired. I was burned out. And honestly, I liked being someone's number one." Robyn didn't shy away from the implication that she benefited most from that collapse. "It's hard to admit," she said, "but there were times I liked being the favorite. I felt guilty, but I didn't stop it. I didn't fight it enough." She went on to say that she's carried the weight of being blamed by fans, by the other wives, and even by Kody's kids. "I became the symbol of everything that went wrong. But I wasn't trying to break the family. I was trying to survive in it." Perhaps the most candid confession came when both Robyn and Kody admitted they're no longer practicing plural marriage and have no plans to re-enter that lifestyle. "This is not polygamy," Kody stated flatly. "This is a monogamous marriage. We live like any other couple now. There's no rotation. No other wives. It's just us." For a man who once declared that plural marriage was God's will, the admission struck like thunder. And Robyn? She quietly confirmed, "We're not living polygamy. We haven't for years. And I don't know if we ever really did, not in the way people think." The fan reaction was immediate and intense. Longtime viewers flooded social media with responses ranging from validation to outrage. "So all those years of Christine being gaslit were exactly what we thought," one fan wrote on Reddit. "She was right. It was never equal. It was never fair. And now they're just saying it like it's no big deal?" Another added, "Robyn finally admitted she liked being the favorite. That's the real headline." Still others pointed to Kody's words as evidence that he never took accountability, that even now his self-awareness comes too little, too late. But perhaps the most poignant responses came from viewers who saw themselves in the emotional wreckage. Watching Christine break down over and over, watching Janelle quietly suffer, watching Mary wait and wait, "It's heartbreaking," a fan tweeted. And now Kody and Robyn are basically saying the experiment failed, but they got to keep each other. Everyone else was left behind. The confession also casts new light on past seasons. Scenes that once felt like ordinary tension now read as something far darker. Moments of manipulation, favoritism, and deep emotional neglect. Kody's fury over Christine moving to Utah. Robyn's tears when the family didn't follow her version of COVID rules. Janelle's shock when Kody chose not to see her grandchild. It all clicks now. It was never an equal family. It was a slow-motion unraveling, hidden behind the illusion of shared faith. And while Kody and Robyn's newfound honesty may be refreshing, it raises a crucial question: what now? What do they plan to do with this truth? Robyn hinted that they're in counseling. "We're working on healing, not just from what happened to the family, but from what we did to ourselves," she said. Kody nodded, admitting, "I carry guilt. I carry regret. But I also carry love for this woman beside me. That's all I've got left." Mary, Janelle, and Christine have yet to publicly respond to the confession, but fans speculate it's only a matter of time before one, or all, of them speaks out. Christine, now remarried and thriving, may offer a peaceful but firm rebuttal. Janelle, who has been increasingly vocal in interviews, might finally unleash her full truth. And Mary, long silent, long sidelined, may at last reclaim her voice. What's clear is that Kody and Robyn's admission has changed the narrative forever. They can't go back now. They've admitted what viewers suspected all along, that their polygamous lifestyle was built on ideals they couldn't live up to, that they leaned into imbalance, that they let other wives and children fall through the cracks, and that in the end, what they have isn't polygamy. It's not even plural love. It's just a couple, alone, together, standing in the rubble of a family they claimed was forever. And whether fans find that tragic, satisfying, or both, one thing is certain. Sister Wives just delivered its most honest, painful, and necessary moment yet. The curtain has finally fallen on the illusion. And what's left? A truth that was hiding in plain sight all along.